Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne, bringing you a video tonight titled Your Actual Dating Pool as a Man. But before we go any further, my videos, they're inspired by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at www.matthewchorne.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let's jump right into it. Your actual dating pool as a man. As a man, the best thing that we can do is have an eye for the women that have an eye for us. This is going to lend its way to us having the best and optimized and longest standing and healthiest relationship with women. Accept and check for the women who are checking for us. It may not be the woman on the level, looks-wise, that you desire, but ultimately you have to accept the type of woman that's consistently checking for you. And when it comes to this type of woman, the type of energy that she has to have towards you, first of all, you want her to be extremely sexually attracted to you, okay? And a woman can hide that. That's the imperative that God gave women that keeps the earth populated. So her sexual desire, her lust, will be on full display as soon as you two meet. And there's nothing wrong with that because that's an imperative that God gave her, and that's what keeps the earth populated, okay? So you want a woman that finds you extremely physically attractive. And you also want her to be attracted to you for the other right reasons, meaning your success, your wisdom, the life that you've built for yourself, the level of trust that she can have on you based on the results that you've been able to create for yourself. When those two things are combined, that strong physical attraction and lust, and her admiration and her respect. So you want the lust, the admiration, and the respect. All of that has to be in play. And the segment and group of women that comes from is your dating pool. You can't try to make a woman outside of your dating pool fit within the scope of what you want. It always ends badly. So if a woman doesn't have lust, admiration, and respect for you, then the only way that you can get in her space, because she doesn't have an innate attraction to you, the only way that you can get in her space is cash, gifts, and prizes. And there's a lot of men, who you see in relationships and they're in marriages, and that woman settled for them, meaning that man wasn't her first choice, but that man didn't love and respect himself enough to disengage when he saw that her energy and her vantage point of him was that of a second-tier man. So she required cash, gifts, and prizes. And how you start with the woman is how you end. So if that woman requires cash, gifts, and prizes to stay in her presence, you're going to continually have to give her cash, gifts, and prizes, meaning that she is above you. She is, quote unquote, the prize, because you've accepted a stance from her that she is more valuable than you because she doesn't have a natural lust and admiration and respect for you. So you are the placeholder until what she really wants comes into her life. And even if she never gets that man that she really wants, she's going to despise you because you are not her first choice. That would be a life of a living hell. Disrespect, condescending tone, just being totally trampled until that man that's buried deep down inside of you just can't handle it anymore. There's no other way to describe it. So you want to get the woman that sees you as her first choice. And with this woman, once again, if you get the wrong woman, that means however you got her is how you're going to keep her. So for the duration of your relationship, whether it's a relationship for years, a marriage, you're going to have to do the things that you did to get her to keep her. And if the situation was imbalanced, meaning that she was not into you the same way that you were into her, if the situation is imbalanced, then you're going to have to support that imbalance for the duration of your relationship, which means you're going to have to compromise your manhood and your self-respect, and that's not something you want to do. So that's the first type of woman. She has that lust, she has desire, and she has respect. That's the kind of woman. And pay attention to the segment of women who are checking for you. Though that's your actual dating pool. Don't try to make your dating pool something that it's not. And if you don't like the segment of women who are checking for you, then you have to do what you have to do to improve yourself. And normally that's going to be a physical, mental, and emotionally improvement, but mainly physical, because that is what you have when you meet someone. That's what's going to attract the person initially, is the physical. So we can't take that, not into consideration. You have to make that important. You have to be physically attractive, when it comes to attracting a woman that you want. Now, the second type of woman who's in your actual dating pool, this is a woman who has played around with the very attractive men, the very successful men, the men of high status and high caliber. But the only thing that they offered her was sex and a goodbye. They never seriously checked for her in a relationship. More than likely, she's in her mid-30s. Sometimes they pick it up in their early 30s. Early 30s, mid-30s, and beyond. Where they figure out, okay, I spent my 20s chasing this type of man, and I really wanted something with him, but I could never pin him down. So then that fertility clock begins to tick, and they expand their dating pool, okay? So then they start checking for the men who are going to check for them in a way that will support a healthy long-term relationship. And this is not settling for her, because the second type of woman is a woman that has an extreme level of emotional maturity. Emotional maturity lets that woman know that the guys that I've been chasing and going after in my best years of my life have turned their back on me. They never wanted me the same way that I wanted them. So then they expand their dating pool and they get wiser. They evolve, they mature. And they say, hey, I'm going to go with a better bet. Reference my video, Self-Love and Logic Will Bring the Right Man into Perspective. Any ladies watching this, I'll go more in depth into that, this subject matter in that video. This woman you may not be her first choice, so to speak, physically. You may not have the bells and whistles that the guy she was going after when she was young and tight and had the world by the, when she had all the power in her 20s and she was just getting this offering from this guy, that offering, flown here, this dinner, this trip, this vacation. You know how it is. Things change as you age. So now she's intelligent and she's more mature. And she's saying, I'm going to check for the men that are checking for me. Now, like I said, let me repeat, you may not be her first choice physically, but she can be attracted to you enough based on the level of love that she has for herself. Because those other men were not checking for her in the way that she needed to have a long-standing and healthy relationship in a marriage. But now she understands the type of man that is going to give that to her, and she's conceited. Not conceited, but she's conceited, like when you concede an election and say, hey, man, this fool just beat me. She's conceited. I'm just not going to get that man. So intelligently, she broadens her dating horizons, and in walks you. This is the type of woman that she can come across a man that physically checks all of her boxes, but she's intelligent enough to not even delve into that situation because she has a solid man that has given her everything that she's looking for. And that woman will show you who she is because she will make herself available to you. She won't try to make you jump through a bunch of hoops. And she will have a level of reverence and respect for you that lets you know that she's a serious woman and she can recognize the caliber of man that you are. And this is the woman who's gotten all of the stuff out of her system that isn't healthy in terms of her finding a longer-standing partner that can lead to a healthy marriage. So once again, the two types of women that are in your actual dating pool: women you are her exact physical type, and she finds out more about you. She likes your backdrop of success, the lust, the desire, and the respect. Okay, the segment of women that give you that. Okay, your actual dating pool. Secondly, the woman who's gotten all of the pretty boys, All of the successful guys, the athletes, the dope boys, the engineer, I mean, just, all of the type of really high status guys, she's gotten them out of her system because they all played with her. They all left her in a space that she didn't want to be in, and she broadened her horizons, and she's ready for a healthy, mentally healthy man, spiritually awakened, spiritually whole, just a man that really has himself together. He has more appeal than all of the guys that she chased in her 20s. Okay, so this woman is in your actual dating pool. She's emotionally mature, and this allows her to be fixated on you, even though physically you might not be her first choice. But she understands what those physical guys that were her first choice did to her, and now she has conceded that this is the best man for me, and she will give you a good experience. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach, bringing you a video once again tonight. We're just talking about just the natural match, the woman that's in your actual dating pool. That's what we talked about tonight. I hope it's been enjoyable. It's been brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. In addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And also, if this video has been of substance to you, if your mind state has been elevated and you learned something, don't forget to hit my donation information that's in the description. Drop a little something there, and I'm going to keep the videos coming. Lastly, if you could use some coaching, if someone like you could elevate your thinking and help you to get the outcomes that you want in the dating realm, email me at matthewchorne23@gmail.com. I've enjoyed my time with you, and I'll be back with you very soon with some more videos.